Hey, what's going on, guys? I figured with the new season dropping any day now, it would be a good idea to recap all the controversy and just general distaste that everybody had for last season. Weirdly enough, season 20 actually started by dropping the perk system, which was widely received as a very good thing. Everybody was very happy with it, and that was where the good things ended, because immediately afterwards, they fell into controversy for the first time last season by introducing the Combat Qatar, which was initially believed to have a $700 price tag, but even after realizing that that wasn't the case, it was still received with massive amounts of controversy because you had to literally gamble for every individual item within the event. And I know I've already touched on this topic and people are going to be upset when I bring it up either way, but one day later, one day afterwards, Destroyer 2009 makes his way onto the scene and throws hacks onto two different devices belonging to two separate streamers in the middle of an ALGS tournament. Then you follow that up with an immediate drop off in player numbers, and it's being talked about all throughout the community. It's the most heard of thing on the internet. People not even in the community are talking about it. You hear it everywhere from people that don't even play the game. And you would think that at this point, how could things possibly get any worse? Well, let me tell you. Because only about 1 week after the event with Destroyer 2009, people were logging into their Apex account after a small update, and lo and behold, people had noticed some skins missing, some of their stats had been reset. Hell, some people had their entire account wiped to, level 1. Due to the fact that all the accounts got reset to around 3 months beforehand, which means that if you only started playing recently, you were a brand new account. Luckily, after 2 or 3 days, Respawn finally got their shit together and managed to revert everybody's account back to normal. And they gave everybody a couple of Apex packs and said, here you go, this fixes everything. And then 2 weeks later, the same thing happens. Everybody's accounts get screwed up. It was showing people were losing heirlooms, skins, their stats were being swapped, everything was going haywire. Luckily this time, it only took them an hour or two to repair the bugs and get everybody's skins back in order. And that brings us to the last bit of controversy that Apex saw within Season 20, which was the introduction to Apex Rumble, which launched with all sorts of issues, namely Valkyrie. If you picked Valkyrie and you used her ult in-game, you would start spawning in the middle of the map regardless of where you were. So they ended up having to remove her out of the game completely. Then you follow that up with the glitch that didn't allow you to re-enter and reset your 10 games, which was locking people in with their initial 10 games in Rumble. And I really don't think it's that hard to figure out why this is the case with all these bugs. I mean, if you just look at EA's decision earlier this season to lay off a massive amount of their QA team, these bugs are bound to happen. So it's really just kind of obvious. And I'd also like to point out that the rewards that have now been given for the Rumble event, the free-to-earn rewards, are fucking terrible. I mean, it's just a couple of trackers, a couple really ugly-ass trackers with like a weird skull on the side, and then some terrible epic mastiff skin that doesn't even have any like reflective surfaces on it. It's just like a bare bones epic skin. But of course they have special slugs that you slide in the bottom. Oh, huge deal, dude. It's really cool skin. Thank God I spent all that time grinding and the top position is literally being occupied by a fucking cheater. Such a rewarding game mode. Thank you, Respawn, for introducing this. It was such an enjoyable experience. Anyways, I just wanted to recap all the dog shit that's gone down this season because I find it almost comical how bad the state of the game is right now. It's just in such a terrible state, and I think that going over what's happened last season is kind of a good reflection of what's going to happen next season. I'm going to be dropping another vid soon that's going to be going over all that we know and all that we know is coming in the next season, which isn't really a whole lot unless you spend a shitload of money. So, that's just the state of the game for the time being, I suppose. But if you made it this far, I appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind leaving a comment, a like, hitting the subscribe and the bell, helps the channel grow, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.